Big stones. One day a lecturer was giving a lecture about time management to his students. As he stood before the class and said, "Okay, time for a quiz." Then he took an empty bucket and put it on the table. Then he filled the bucket with stones the size of a fist. He continued to fill until there is no longer enough stones to put in a bucket. He asked the question, "Do you think this has been a full bucket?" Everyone in the class said, "Yes." Then he said, "Really so?" Then from the table he pulled out a bag of small gravels. He poured gravel into a bucket and then shuffles buckets so gravel it down into the gaps between the stones. Then, once again he asked the question, "Is this bucket full?" This time the class was silent. Someone replied, "Probably not." "Very good," he replied. Then he took a bag of sand and poured it into the bucket. The sand was falling fills in the gaps left between the stones and gravel. Again, he asked the question, "Well, is this bucket full?" "Not yet," said the whole class. Once again he said, "Good. Very good." Then he grabbed a pitcher of water and began to pour it into the bucket up to the brim. Then he turned to the class and asked, "Do you know what the purpose of this illustration?" One eager beaver raised his hand and said, "The point is, no matter how full your schedule is, if you try really hard you can always do it." "Oh, no," he replied. "That's not the point. The fact of illustration teaches us is, if you do not enter a big stone in advance, then you'll never get them all." What is a big stones in your life? Your children, your couple, your education, things that are important in your life. Teach something to someone else. Doing work you love. Time for yourself, your health, your friend, or all worthwhile. Remember to always include the big stones the first time or you will lose everything. If you sweat the small stuff, the gravels and sand, then your life will be full of little things that worry and it should not be necessary. Because then you'll never have the real quality time you need for great things and important. Therefore, every morning or evening, when you are reflecting on this short story, ask yourself, is the big stones in my life? Then do it first.